Round one, fight!
Celebrating 20 years of successful storytelling through light novels, manga, and anime adaptations, Dengeki Bunko has partnered with French Bread and Sega to give you Fighting Climax, an all-star no-holds brawler available on PlayStation 3 and Vita console. While Dengeki borrows from different fighting game components, it does enough to stand on its own with a few interesting mechanics. On the basic level, it's still very much a traditional 1 vs 1 fighter, giving you the best of 3 rounds to determine the winner. But that is about as traditional as it's going to get. Dengeki gives you a playable cast of 14 players to choose from, with a selection of 20 assist characters with their own unique styles of attack. The collaboration with Sega has given Dengeki some great backgrounds to enjoy, giving a sense of nostalgia to players who've immersed themselves with Sega's collection over the years. Each character is bursting with bright, colorful sprites and fluid animations that are sure to make any fan of their adored medium excited about learning what powerful fighting maneuvers their favorites have to offer. The 4 cast members from Sega's vast collection of lovable characters makes you wish there was more available, as they managed to fit in well with Dengeki's roster. When first starting to learn the combat system for Dengeki, I found it to be fairly inviting, making it feel very welcoming for newcomers. Normal moves are easily chained into, and you will find that special moves and supers will cancel seamlessly. There are no training modes to help you learn the basics, so you will have to seek community forums to learn more about Dengeki's gameplay. Many of the menus and interface options are in Japanese, so you also will have to find translations to navigate certain areas of the game. Unlike most fighting games, the basic input commands for each playable character remains for the most part universal, only varying slightly for certain members of the cast, so the switch to different characters feels effortless at times. Impact attacks work somewhat like command normals in the game, giving you the ability to change from normals, counter opponent attacks, or even do overheads to increase combos for serious damage. The mechanic called Unique Potential will unlock power-ups if you can meet a certain criteria during the match. The power-ups last for 10 seconds and work differently for each member of the cast. With so many assists to choose from, it may take some time figuring out which character will work the best for you. Assists carry 2 basic attacks that vary for each character. While some characters are completely offensive, others carry the ability to counter as well as cause status effects to your opponents. Creating combos with assist characters are a welcome part of combat, as there is the ability to cancel into an assist at the cost of 1 meter. After calling an assist, they will be unavailable for a certain period of time, so it is important that you use them sparingly and with caution. The biggest feature to Dengeki's combat system is the trump card. A trump card will give your character a special ability, as well as extra attributes that can change the tide of battle very quickly. Once activated, you will be given a time period to use your ability. Players will receive 2 trump cards at the beginning of the match. Losing a round will grant you an extra trump card, which ultimately can put you at a greater advantage, especially in final round situations. The blast mechanic in Dengeki is an interesting one, as it can give you an offensive edge or be a defensive lightsaber. Players have the use of 3 different blasts, which are identified by their color. A neutral burst will give the player extra meter. An offensive burst will put your opponent into a juggle state, allowing for extra damage. And a defensive burst will break combos while giving you space from pressure situations. To help deal with the onslaught of offensive options, there is a push block mechanic that can be used to help keep you from damaging follow-up attacks. Unfortunately, using this mechanic will take meter, making its dependency minimum and only for really dire situations. When it comes to online matches, Dengeki manages to deliver solid gameplay but doesn't really go out of its way to create anything innovative. Dengeki's online mode is pretty basic to say the least. As with most online modes, you have the choice of ranked or player match. Player matches will allow you to create lobbies that can hold up to 8 players and will spectate matches while you're waiting your turn to play. While there are training rooms and arcade modes available, there are no options to request matches online. Despite being disappointed by this inability to play while I wait for an opponent, the wait times for good connections weren't too long. 3-bar connections seem to do well, but anything lower has a risk of serious lag on both the game and your inputs, making the opportunities to play an individual beyond your region a sorry state of affairs. I've yet to encounter anything above the 3-bar latency, but so far every match I played at this connection has been pretty stable with inputs being adequately responsive. Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax is definitely a game worth checking out. The gameplay mechanics are solid, the graphics are gorgeous. The online could be better, but for the most part, there was a great deal of fun discoveries for those looking to pick up after another fighting game title. Fans of Dengeki Bunko mediums should enjoy this game as it's a great way to get introduced to the fighting game genre. Due to this being an import, it's hard to engage in anything besides just enjoying the gameplay itself, so you may want to take that into consideration before you purchase. I can enjoy what this game has to offer as a fighting game, giving me not only a reason to play the game itself, but to learn more about the characters from Dengeki Bunko's incredible catalog.